Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss two very important questions related to your Farm Juris paper, which have been repeated many a times. And this question for drug inspector has at least come 2 or 3 times for your 10-mark question. So let's see what are drug inspectors, what is the eligibility criteria and its duties. So that's firstly the central government or state government appoints the drug inspector, and in order to be a drug inspector you must have prescribed qualification. You must have at least 18 months of experience in the manufacturing of any one of the specified substances in Schedule C. Now under your Schedule C comes your parenteral and your non-parenteral products. Parenteral in sense your injections, IVs, and non-parenteral, that is your ergot alkaloids and fish cod liver oil. Okay, so the person may have an 18 years of experience minimum in the manufacturing of Schedule C drugs. And second eligibility criteria is all that the person should have 18 months of minimum experience in testing of Schedule C drug. Okay, whatever in the laboratory which is approved for the licensing authority. And third eligibility criteria is that the person, he or she, must have 3 years of minimum experience in the inspection of any firms, manufacturing units of any substances in the Schedule C. So simply in the Schedule C criteria, uh, the drug inspector should have the eligibility in manufacturing or inspecting or testing in the Schedule C drugs. Okay, that is your parental and non-parental formulation. Now let's see the duties of your drug inspector. So what is the first duty? As it is inspector, you should remember he or she will have to inspect. Now what to inspect? Any premises wherein the drug or any kind of cosmetic is manufactured, that is for by the means of employment in standardizing and testing, or any premises wherein the drug or cosmetic is being sold, stocked, or exhibited or offered for sale or distribution. Means the drug inspector will inspect the premises wherein the drug and cosmetics are prepared, that is manufactured for standardizing and testing. And on the other hand, precisely about the stocking or sold, stocked, exhibited, which is for your sale or distribution. Okay, then second is take samples of any drug or cosmetics. Now where, or he can take the samples or drug to wherever the manufacturing unit is there, where the product is going to be manufactured for selling purposes or stock or for exhibition, okay, for sale or distribution. You can take the samples for verification. Okay, or from any person who is going to manufacture, he is in the course of conveying, preparing to deliver or delivering such drug or cosmetic to the purchaser. Simply the ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर जो होता है वो चेक कर सकता है जहाँ भी प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा है फॉर सेलिंग पर्पस, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पर्पस, या सोल्ड करके रखे हैं, एग्जीबिशन में रखे, तो वहाँ से वो सैंपल उठा सकता है फॉर वेरिफिकेशन. देन जो भी पर्सन है वो उसका कोर्स ऑफ कन्वेइंग में है, डिलीवरिंग में है, या प्रिपेयरिंग में है कोई भी कॉस्मेटिक या ड्रग परचेसर को, तो उसके पास से वो सैंपल ले सकते हैं. थर्ड इज for entering and searching any person or vehicle. Now what does this means? So if if he has any doubt or a reason to believe that an offense is made or being committed by such a person, vehicle, or any kind of vessel or any other conveyance, and he has a reason to believe that it may carry the drug or cosmetic which is offense, or it is being committed, so he can search for such kind of person. Okay, मतलब अगर उसको कोई इंसान पे शक हो रहा है कि he or she is going to commit an offense or any kind of vehicle or vessels, the drug is made or distributed in an offensive manner, okay, certain crime is made. So here the drug inspector can make a warrant against it, and you can even file a fine and imprisonment. Okay, so he has the duty of that. Then next is for seizure of stocks. Now this is very important point, seizure of stocks. Okay, total we have 3 points, so let's understand three. Okay, first is examine any record, register, person, place, vehicle, vessel or other conveyance. Seize the same if uh, it has a reason to believe that it may furnish the evidence of commission of offense punishable under this act or rules. Means for seizure of stocks, what does this means? The inspector can examine any kinds of records, register, person, place, vehicle, vessel, or any other conveyance, and whether he suspects that this or he has a reason to believe that this person may in future furnish the evidence, he can erase the evidences which is of of the commission, that is offense. Okay, अगर कोई गलती, suppose if a person is selling the drug that is expired, okay, and what he is doing, the real expiry date he is vanishing off, erasing, that is he or she is erasing the evidence and putting the new extending the expiry date. So this is an offense. Okay, the person may die, so this is an offense where a person is trying to vanish the evidence by record, register or any kind of place, vehicle, if he or she, and if the inspector is seizing that or suspects to believe that he or she is under this condition, so he may seizure the stock of them. Then any person that has a record, register, is uh, what I can say, false, he or she is creating a false record or register. Just now the example which I gave you all, if he or she is producing the false record, registered stock document relating to the manufacture of sale or distribution of any drug or cosmetics, the in reason to believe the offense he or may be committed. Then not to dispose of any stock or drug cosmetic for a specified period not exceeding 20 days unless alleged an offense is that the defect may be removed by possessor and seize the stock. Now what does this mean कि the person may not dispose of the stock. अगर इंस्पेक्टर आ रहा है कोई चीज पर, अगर he is believed to make that this is an offense or this drug is not to be sold, but still it is sold without prescription or it is being sold. So what, the stock should not be cleared within the 20 days. Okay, it should not dispose of, you should wait. and okay, मतलब ऐसा हो सकता है कि कोई भी offense हो गया है that is defected by the inspector, and the person, the salesman, is trying to remove the dispose of any stock in order to save himself, so that is not eligible. Okay, till 20 days he has to keep the stock that has allegations on him. Okay, and the defect cannot be removed by the possessor, and obviously due to this the inspector may seize the stock. Okay, then very important point one, the provisions of the Code of Criminal Procedures 1973 shall apply to search or siege under this chapter may under the authority of warrant issued under section 94 of this code. अब इसका मतलब ये है कि कोई भी क्रिमिनल प्रोविजंस है, कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोविजंस है, कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर के लिए ऑफ 1973, ये जो प्रोविजन है ये अप्लाई हो सकता है कोई भी सर्च या सीजर के लिए, ये चैप्टर के अंडर अंडर द अथॉरिटी ऑफ वारंट इशूड बाय अंडर सेक्शन 94। यानी एक इंस्पेक्टर जो है वो एक वारंट अथॉरिटी वारंट निकाल सकता है सेक्शन 94 का, और ये जो है प्रोविजन ऑफ कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर 1973 उस इंसान पे अप्लाई कर सकता है। ओके, अगर कोई सर्च या सीजर के अंडर में आता है तो। ओके, और और एक बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि कोई पर्सन जो अपनी गुनाह नहीं मान रहा है, ही इज़ अनविलिंग और willfully obstructing the inspector from doing his duties. He is giving certain kind of money to just switch off the matter, or while the exercise of the powers he is obstructing or becoming a barrier, okay, willfully to the inspector, then or refuses to produce any kind of record, register or document, he can be imprisonment with 3 years and have a fine as well. इसका सिंपली मतलब ये है कि अगर suppose there is a person who is without license standing on a pharmacy store, and if I'm the inspector, I'm going there and I have obliged them ki you are working without the license, you cannot prescribe you cannot just give the medicines to the persons. Okay, so if he is obstructing, if he is just not letting me to do my work properly, he's obstructing, he's making false claims on me, he's not showing me any records or register or any other document, so he or she, whatever the person, can get into a jail for 3 years and may also be filed with a fine, or sometimes both. Okay, we'll also discuss a very short interesting topic, that is the list of permitted colors. Okay, now for your medicinal products, there are certain drugs which are only your drug or your drug packaging may contain. The colors used rather than this may should not be used, that is also an offense. So let's see what are the list of permitted colors. No drug shall contain color other than specified below. So you have three categories: natural colors, artificial colors and coal tar colors. Natural colors may you have carotene, which is obtained from your carrot; chlorophyll, that is your leafy pigments; cochineal, curcumin; red oxide, yellow oxide of iron, red, yellow and black oxide of iron. So what are they? Carotene, chlorophyll, cochineal, curcumin, red, yellow oxide and black oxide of iron, and etc. So just this 5 easier ones you should remember. Artificial colors may you have caramel and riboflavin. Okay, coal tars may you have your tartazine, red erythrocene, orange G, Sudan red, indigo carmine, naphthol blue, black, etc. The label on the container of drug containing permitted color shall indicate common name of the color. Any label or the drug that is containing any of the permitted colors should have labeled with certain common name. Suppose you have seen dandruff shampoo, anti-dandruff shampoo. If you have seen the coal tar one, the color is written that it is coal tar color. Okay, and even there is one more anti-dandruff shampoo, Selsun. So it is written yellow monochrome colors used. So the permitted colors are to be only used in the formulation while manufacturing of your drug. Okay, thank you.